Hey! We're back! It's been a while, and everything looks new. You know why? Still got the sniffles. I messed up. I had to respin up our environment. Went to migrate it to VMware Workstation so that we can use a component, and didn't consolidate the snapshots. And when you power them on, it was not good. So before you do that, if you're going from Hyper-V to VMware, that's the thing to remember. So anyhow, that's why it's been a while. I had to respin everything up. It's not identical, but it's close. And now we got Citrix in the mix. We're going to integrate Configuration Manager with Citrix. And it has been a while. I forgot kind of what we did on the last video. But anyhow, we've seen all this, so it's nothing new. You've seen how to spin up all these components in the Citrix lab, in the Microsoft lab. That's all I did. I just watched my videos, heard myself talk, and created all this over again. So we're good. Alright, so new things, Citrix. I'm not using 2308 like we did in our previous lab. There was a early release for 2402 LTSR, so that's what we're doing. I installed all the components that were checked, like we did in the other lab. There was a extra one there called Secure Private Access. Went ahead and installed it, nothing crazy. Got the VDA installed on our endpoint. Again, we saw that. On the install for our VDA, I did add a new component. Can't remember if I shared that in the last video, but we're doing, what was the component? User personal layer. So again, in the install of the VDA, you just check that. There's one for personal disk, and then there's one for AppV. We're not going to use AppV, so we just installed the, what was it? UPL, user personal layer. But alright. Let's log in and verify just a few things. And, yep, not worried about you. Yep, so I know that works. Citrix. Yep, so we'll have to do some stuff to set up secure private access, but we're not doing that anytime soon. Just verifying Citrix works, other server works, so we're good. Alright. Alright, how about that? Say no internet. Why? While that's going, let's look at Citrix. Excuse me. Yep. Consolidate your snapshots if you're moving back and forth. I don't think I'm going to move again. I think I'm just going to pay the crazy amount of money to get a license for this. I think it's $200. That way, I won't ever have to worry about this again. Alright, so we don't even need server in the mix. We'll just leave it there. And We do have internet. All right. So with Hyper-V, I was reading the components that are needed for Magic Packs, WoW, Wake on LAN, all that stuff. And notice that in our network setting, I know it's here somewhere. I go by pictures because I have problems reading. But there we go. That I couldn't enable power management. There was no tab. There was nothing. Nada. I did some digging. There was no way to really do what we wanted to prove that it works or just even see how far we can get. But anyhow, with VMware, it's all built in. So all this turned on by default and it's enabled. Hyper-V, none of this is here. So tried bridging the network and I couldn't get it to work. And then I was like, oh, I see VMware has it. And then I messed up. But anyhow, that's why we're on to VMware Workstation Pro. Probably just going to stay there because we can do so much more. Alright, so we got here. Everything's set up just as it was before. Green check marks. I don't have my software packages in here. None of that. It's all gone. But anyhow, moving forward because we already covered it. So let's go to Citrix. All right. Yep. Had a problem with you too. And Studio. We are on a new subnet. VLAN, whatever you want to call it. So IPs are a little bit different. So just gotta kind of go back, watch past couple videos, and you'll get caught up. And then once you get to this one, you'll see I dropped the ball and I made some boo-boos. Consolidate your snapshots before you move them. All right, and there we go. There's 2402. I don't think you saw the install, but the install, same as the old one, just looks a little bit nicer. So they're finally did some cleanup and innovation, renovation, all that good stuff. And I did apply our Citrix eval license to this. Alright, so we got our remote PC machine catalog. We know how to create a machine catalog. I think before we were doing servers, so we couldn't really see that piece. So I'll just kind of show you what we did. Single, remote. Choose remote PC access. The other one you had to choose multi-session because it was a server. All that stuff, and then enter. So that's all we did. Our machine should be registered. There is one session because I'm logged in. Delivery group. Yeah. Same thing. We didn't do anything crazy. Yep. All right. So the integration piece, very simple. Hosting. We need to create a hosting connection. Where are we going to connect it to? As you guessed it, Microsoft. This coffee's good. So we done Zen Server. I think for VMware, I told you we created our little vCenter, but we had to create vSphere and all that, so I didn't want to do all that. But anyhow, or we did ESXi, and then Citrix wants the address for vSphere, so I don't want to set all that up. So we did Zen Server before. All right, so we got two of them. We got virtual machines for Microsoft. Then we got Wake on LAN. So with remote PC, you can't really power manage those machines, but with this, you can do a little more. All right, connection address, our machine. EUC learn along. Also, our domain has changed. I just went back to EUC learn along instead of EUC learn along 2. So, all new stuff. Had to spin right back up. All right. And I moved away from SCCM admin account and just went back to Citrix admin because we're going to start focusing on Citrix stuff again soon with all this new stuff that's coming out. And eventually we'll just kind of keep doing little spots on Configuration Manager. And I think my Intune stuff has expired since I had to redo all this. Anyhow. Alright, password, connection name. Alright, so it works. That's good. Just do all. Finish. It's enabled. Alright, so when you create a machine catalog for these machines, now if you go to Remote PC Access, you can choose Do Not Power Manage or Do Not Use Power Management, or here. See, that's new. But we already have a machine catalog. So what do? We go to Edit. And there you go. Very, very simple. We're pointing to that OU endpoints. And just hit apply. Okay. Very simple. But let's go back to the hosting connection. We created it, but we need to do some stuff. Advanced options. So we can have Configuration Manager do it through Wake Up Proxy, which I have not configured, or we can do LAN packets, magic packs, whatever you can call it, by this delivery controller. We're going to try it with the delivery controller first. All right, and we'll just leave it as default, unicast. All right, and we'll hit apply. Okay. All right, so now, if you go back, so let's where's my start? There we go. Had to do that. So as you saw before, we didn't have start, but now we do. So now you have the option to log off or start. Start will send that that packet of magic to wake it up. So we're going to shut it down. Shut down. Go back to Citrix. Can't spell ping. Ping endpoint. Need a constant ping on there. So I haven't tried this. Hopefully it works. That was the last piece I was missing, was that made sure the NIC had it enabled. Alright, so it's powered off. It's great. Let's see if it works. Alright. Do you want to start the machine? Yes, I do. Alright. Yeah, it didn't work. Alright, so let's go back here. Let's go to hosting connection, edit, apply. Let's try it again. Yes. Don't think it's gonna work. But anyhow, done this in a enterprise environment. It does work. Getting it to work in this lab may be something else. Alright, so Citrix right off the bat, not working. Let's go to here and let's try to set it up through. Alright, so what do we need? I think it's in here. Site configuration. License diagnostic. Nope. Properties. Alright, here we go. Wick on LAN. Unicast. Yep. Alright, and here. Property. Where is our power management? Yes, allow users. Nope. Allow, yep. Yep. All right. So I think the main thing was getting this turned on. Wiggle LAN. Yep. All right. Let's go back to our Citrix server. It's up. All right, forgot what we're doing. Oh, I gotta shut it down. Excuse me. Power. Shut down. Guest. Hopefully, we can get it working in our environment. That way, you got something to play with. All right, so it's off. Let's go back to Citrix. Let's go here. Start. Yes. Oh yeah, our hosting connection. Edit. Advance. Alright, let's try it again. Nope. Okay. Well, this is embarrassing. Lab goes down and can't get stuff to work. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, let's oh, you can use both. Okay. You disappointed me. But anyhow, if you wanted to integrate it with your configuration manager server with Citrix, because these are going to be dedicated machines out there in the field, power outage overnight, people shutting their computers down, update, shut down, whatever. And then they're working from a remote location, home, anywhere else. Hey, I can't connect. Instead of calling old, you know, excuse me, Joe Smo, hey, I need you to drive out to work. Go power it on, and then you can go back home, and then you can work. Waste of time, efficiency, all that good stuff. With this, if you're using SCCM, you just right click, start, bam. But pretty sure I got everything. And the last piece was this network adapter piece turned on. I don't know. But very simple to turn on into your environment, to add into Citrix. Your machine catalog, if you already have an existing machine catalog, again, you just edit, and now you have the ability to do what you need to. Anyhow, we didn't get it working. But those are the basic concepts for you to get started with. I'm pretty sure we'll get it going here maybe in another video. But anyhow, hope you learned something.